Hey, I'm Taylor Craig.
I'm Ryan Keelan.
I'm Alex Suisa.
And this is the
Pucking
Panthers
Podcast.
We still don't give a puck.
And we're finally back.
We signed Keith Yandle. That's big news. We signed him to 7 years, over $6 million per year. Monster contract.
6.350 to be exact.
It's a big deal. What's your take on it?
I love it.
Yeah?
I love it. Years are maybe a little bit too much, but I mean, honestly, apparently he wanted that extra security of the 7th year to take a lower cap hit. So all the better. If he's as advertised that he's basically a replacement to Campbell or even a better Campbell, then I'm all for this. At $1 million less, come on.
You know the Panthers wanted really badly to sign him when we traded for him early to get his rights. I'm honestly surprised that Yandle didn't wait for free agency, but I guess that offer is great.
I'm really surprised.
That's a strong offer. I mean, a lot of people are wondering if the Panthers overpaid for this one. I know Ryan might be one of those skeptics.
You don't know what I think.
Well, what do you think?
don't know what I think.
Then tell me what you think.
All right, thank you. That's better.
Go.
I will tell you that I think seven years is a long time with someone. You know, to commit to someone for 7 years. I've never personally been committed to someone for 7 years.
And I'm going to guess this is what you're thinking.
Yes.
Is that towards the end of the contract, he's not going to be as worth it.
He's not going to be worth it.
Yeah.
Well, this is my argument to that is that a lot of people compare his style of play to Brian Campbell, and we all as Panther fans are very familiar with Brian Campbell at ages 35, 36, 37, which is the last year that he just played with us.
Yep.
And I mean, my opinion, Campbell was one of our best, if not the best defenseman. Always reliable.
He gets a lot of flack.
Putting up points. You know what I mean?
He was our most reliable defenseman over the past. How long have we had him? 4 or 5 years. But he's been so reliable.
He's still putting up the good points, and if Yandle ages like him, I'm completely fine with this. At 37 years old, I think
Yandle puts up points way more than Brian Campbell ever has.
But does Yandle...
Hold on 1 second. I want to make this point. He's had 3 50-point seasons, Keith Yandle has. I mean, he's had the rest of his seasons, only one of his 8 seasons in the NHL, he hasn't had 40 points at least.
Can
Yandle guard Tavares or no? Like, because Campbell couldn't, so...
Maybe.
All right, so maybe that's it.
If you're getting rid of Goodbranson, you gotta. I mean, the entire defense right now is all offensive.
The NHL is moving away from that type of you have to have that big stay-at-home guy that does absolutely nothing except basically could kind of play defense and lay the big hit. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't see a lot of teams. A lot of teams are moving away from that. The team that just won the Stanley Cup, the Pittsburgh Penguins, don't have anyone like that on their team. I mean, I don't think. I didn't see anyone like that basically does nothing but just hit.
Yeah, this is really kind of like the transition into a fast-paced, skilled team.
The Panthers are a little late on it because they still have Sean Thornton as an enforcer. The Penguins don't have that.
I don't know why everyone is getting mad about Goodbranson leaving. The NHL is definitely going away from that type of player. We got Jared McCann. I mean, come on.
He's 19 years old, got skilled hands.
It's an obvious who won that trade. We also got the 2nd round, 33rd overall pick. Come on, man. I mean, Jared McCann is a very promising 19-year-old stud from Vancouver. What did he have? 18 points?
18 points.
What are you doing?
18.
You're just looking at me.
18 points, and it's excited to be up here when I look at him.
9 goals and 9 assists, and he was on Vancouver at the time.
On their 4th line apparently for some reason. He's not a 4th line player though. Everyone don't put that into.
He is going to be on our 3rd line though. I think.
Probably, yeah.
I think it might be time. Bukestad hasn't really excelled in the center role like the way we expected. I say that you move Nick Bukestad to the right wing on the 3rd line, have McCann center it, and bring Krause up and have him play left wing on our 3rd line.
Two big guys.
And I'll tell you 2 reasons for this. One is because we need a right-handed shot on the wing. Because we don't have one. I think we need righties on the wing. And here's the thing. Imagine this. Yager at some point is going to retire. You start breeding Nick Bukestad into this right winger who has a heck of a shot that he doesn't really get a chance to use. Maybe we can see a first line of Huberdeau, Barkov, Bukestad down the road.
After Yager.
Keep our 2nd line the way it is down the road.
You don't even have to go after a right wing to replace Yager. Bukestad. I like that a lot. I really like that idea a lot. The only problem is that first line that we have right now, the only reason why it succeeds so well with those players is because of how they cycle the puck in the offensive zone. They're all about cycling, and they're some of the best that I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And Bjugstad is not that at all. Bjugstad is, I don't think he has that high of a hockey IQ to be able to have that cycle game. He's more of, get me in the zone, let me shoot the puck, let me stand in here, let me do that. He's not a guy that's going to go and do that stuff that Huberdeau and Jágr and Barkov have been doing for the last
It'll take time. It'll take time to get. But he's huge. He is huge, and we can use him on the boards.
Is he a big man?
He can fight. He's a big man. He has a big. He's a big Nick.
So the big off season continues. Not only did we get Yandle like in the dying nights of Wednesday night or whatever it was, we also traded a kind of fan favorite, Rocco Grimaldi.
Yeah. he was on our show once, and you know what? We're really going to miss Rocco over here. Honestly, Rocco had a chance.
He had the heart. You know, he really had the heart. He just didn't ever have the
size.
And, I mean, he didn't have the skill to put it in the net as much as he should have. And
you remember how many posts he hit and how close he was to so many goals?
First of all, he has no place on this lineup at all. And Rao is a better him. You know what I mean? Rao is like, I think, just by looking at Rao for those couple games he played, he's a 100% better Grimaldi.
He's a pit bull.
Yeah, so we traded Grimaldi anyway. We went on a little rant there. We got Reto Berra.
Enter the big trade of the year.
That's
That's
our backup. You know, some people are a little questionable, a little iffy on this, but you know what? Berra has put up good numbers in his days in Calgary and
tough teams.
Colorado on tough teams with bad defense.
He's a big man.
He is a big man.
6'4".
That's a big man.
Yeah, he's
Swiss, right?
210. Yeah, I saw.
And we sent out some information earlier about his stats. They've improved. His save percentage and his goals against average in 3 years have gone up each season.
He's not
he's playing.
He's not the Swedish goalie I wanted to back up, but we'll have to deal with it.
Honestly, I don't think he's the future. I think he's just. I think Montoya. I mean, it's kind of hard that we gave up Montoya, but I think that Montoya was wanting a little bit more years, a little bit more money than what he was getting. I think he was getting like 1.1 or 1.2, and we just don't have that space to give him right now with having to sign Trocheck, Ekblad, Huberdeau, Smith. You know, we just don't have that to give to a backup goalie. Berra is getting paid $1.45 million for 1 more year. I think that's what we wanted.
To be the backup of Roberto Luongo, you can't get paid that much because you don't get that much work. Yeah. Luongo loves to play. He loves a heavy workload. So you can't give more than $2 million to a guy who's backing up Luongo. And I love Montoya. We all love Montoya.
He's got to have less workload this year, though, Luongo.
Well, he probably should. But
that's what we expected this year too, but he didn't.
But the thing is that you also don't want the situation that happened in Vancouver.
So NHL released their full schedules out, and it's kind of a pretty condensed schedule because of the World Cup of Hockey.
We have a lot of back-to-backs.
Yeah, we do.
A lot. It's kind of weird.
But again, this year we have a really easy month of March. I think we can rack up a lot of points in there. We got the offensive defenseman. We got the goalie, the backup goalie. A little downgrade from Montoya, I think. But you know what? He's only
we'll see.
Yeah, he's only 29. On Twitter, we asked our followers to tweet us some pucking questions, and now we're going to puck and answer them as fast as we can. We got a question from Calvi4R. He's a favorite of ours. He asked, what are the opening night lines and D pairings? As fast as you can.
Jágr, Huberdeau, Barkov. Then the second line is Trocheck.
Of course. Come on,
Smith,
hurry up.
Jokinen. The third line is McCann. Kraus, Bjugstad.
What position?
Oh my god, it's a shuffle. Shuffle them up, throw them on the dartboard.
Start Bjugstad at center and McCann on the line, and then switch it.
The fourth line. I want Howden. I want Rao.
Howden's gone.
Howden's probably not going to be re-signed.
What?
Pick another one. You're going to blow my mic out. Pick another one.
Okay. The other one. Give me Brickley. And then defense. Give me the number 1 defense we have, Kulikov. I don't know. And then Matt.
We just signed Keith Yandle, and you go with Kulikov first.
Yeah, he deserves the respect. He's the longest tenured Panther.
All right, so defense. I would want to see honestly Matheson, Ekblad, Yandle, Kulikov. Yeah, I don't want to put Yandle and Ekblad together because they're 2 of our best defensemen now. They're very good Corsi, very good at everything. That's a good. I think it's a good strategy. You split them up. Ekblad on the right and the top with Matheson. They played really well in the playoffs. Yandle and Kulikov, and Petrovic and Kampfer, or whoever else we get.
You want the 2 veterans playing together?
Yeah, sure.
That's lit.
I think Yandle will. I think Yandle. A lot of people say that Yandle needs a more defensive guy, and Kulikov has showed us in the last 2 years that he is not offensive at all, and he's very defensive reliably defensive now. So I would rather have Kulikov with Yandle.
But Kulikov can still move the puck, so he might get the puck to Yandle.
I think that would be a really good. Just as much as I would love to see Yandle and Ekblad together, that would be unstoppable. I think
that would
honestly.
be unfair. So John Yap asks, like to make a move for Matt Martin on fourth line? No, I do not want Matt Martin.
I don't even want to hear. I don't even want to hear you even try to convince me. No, I
do
hate the guy so much.
I do not think that we are done with the free agency when it opens July 1st. I think we go after somebody for our fourth line, someone cheap. I want to go with Dale Weiss. Under $2 million. If you can sign him for under $2 million, he's 27 years old, and he can put the puck in the net, and he can bang some bodies a bit. All right, so I say you go after Dale Weiss. Our biggest fan, Stephanie, asks us, what trade has shocked you the most throughout all the years as a hockey fan? So
definitely when we traded away Luongo. I think I cried when we traded him away to Vancouver.
And mine is when we traded
and we got back Todd Bertuzzi.
Yeah.
He played 7 games.
I didn't care about who we got back. I just cried for days because he was my favorite and still is my favorite hockey player ever.
Mine was actually when we traded for Luongo, but because we traded Markstrom away.
Yeah.
It's just so.
Were you
I
crying
cried
too?
for days also. So it's like the best. It's like, wow, it comes full circle. You know?
Wow.
That was sad. I didn't even care who we got back. I was like, I don't know.
Luongo was just thrown in.
I didn't even look at the names.
Wait a minute, Sean Mathias?
I just looked at the. I just saw Jacob Markstrom has been traded to the Vancouver Canucks, and I turned my phone off. I didn't know for 2 days who got traded. I just cried. We're not gonna get into a Markstrom combo right now.
What about you?
It's hard to remember. I guess making a move for Pavel Bure back in the day when you come in and you get a plus 50 goal scorer. That was right when I was getting into the Panthers, and man, that trade like so number 23rd overall pick in this year's draft
And number 33rd.
Yeah.
That's going to be on tomorrow, but
yeah.
I mean still.
Let's just focus on 23.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you take at number 23? Who has your eye if they fall there?
I like Alex DeBrincat. He's a very short guy. He's 5'7", another short guy. But I know. But the thing is that by every single analyst, expert out there, he is labeled as the most dangerous, just pure goal scorer in this whole draft.
Their most dangerous goal scorer. I'm looking at Patrick Lane. I think he's an explosive scorer.
Okay.
No, listen.
Don't waste my time.
The Dolphins guy got caught smoking weed. The video came out of him the day he was supposed to go top 5. He dropped a lot of spots because of the weed incident. Now, if that happens in the NHL, Patrick Lane could drop to around the 10 to 15 area.
Do you want
trade the 33 and the 23 pick and move up 10 spots? Sure, we can get Patrick Lane. He's not a rapist like Patrick Kane, but we get Patrick Lane.
Okay, say that Patrick Lane is caught smoking out of a bong.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want someone on your team that smokes the devil's lettuce? I got my eye on 3 different guys. One of them I know Ryan's going to love. His name's Max Jones. You can see here him dabbing after scoring one of the biggest goals
see him right
ever.
here.
Yeah,
if you don't put it up there, you're a fan.
I mean, our heads are right here. But anyway, so Max Jones, he's a fiery power forward. I think he'd be a cool guy. He's a left winger. Also, just for his name, I like Charlie McAvoy, a defenseman. I think he just has the most Mighty Ducks name ever. And I would like Charlie McAvoy on my team.
Charlie Conway with the triple D.
Honestly, go after Brett Howden. You look at people like Serena Williams, the younger siblings tend to be pretty good. And you know what? It looks like we're not going to re-sign Quentin Howden. So no sibling rivalry on the team. You get Brett Howden in there, left winger. You never know. Maybe he pans out a little better than his brother. At least his brother made it to the NHL level.
Reports from Cats on the Prowl, George Richards, Harvey, they're all saying that Panthers are still not done. And that's gotta mean something is happening at the draft. They're talking about the draft. A lot of talk is going on with what we could possibly do. And I honestly think there might be a trade.
All right, anyway, from the Pucking Panthers podcast, I'm Taylor Craig.
I'm Ryan Keelan.
I'm Alex Risa.
And we'll see you again soon. You gotta subscribe if you haven't already. See ya.